Welcome back from the break. If you're joining us, this is This Week in Agriculture with Biden Katete.
Yes.
Yes, and we're discussing the top agricultural stories that happened during the week. And so for our next story, I'm going to let Biden read this for you guys.
Organic, is it?
Organic.
Farmers are now embracing the use of organic compost manure for crop production. The compost manure, which is mostly made from waste animals such as cow dung and poultry waste, is known to conserve the environment, feed the crops with the most required nutrients. Our reporter Valentine Etieno visited one of such farmers and filed this report.
Every day, a truckload of organic waste collected from the municipal market in Kitale is offloaded at this yard in Kenya's Rift Valley region. The rotting vegetables and fruits will be used as raw material to produce compost for fertilizer. It's a community-based initiative aimed at finding better ways of using disposed city waste to improve soil quality for farms.
After decomposting for 4 to 6 weeks, the compost is ready, and then we remove it, and then we add some calcium from eggshells, from crushed eggshells, and then from there we sieve it, and after sieving it, we package it in bags ready for sale. In the last planting season, we were able to make 2,560 bags of this organic fertilizer, each weighing 50 kilograms. At each bag we sell at 1,250.
First started a decade ago, the initiative now has 34 members. Kitale is an agricultural town and a key breadbasket for Kenya. Many small-scale farmers here grow the staple crop maize. The organic fertilizer is cheaper than the synthetic equivalent, which costs around $30 for a 50-kilo bag.
Organic farming will really solve a lot of problems concerning organic carbon, because organic material is the source of all the nutrients, and it is also able to regulate the soil pH. Once we have our organic carbon right, organic matter right in our farms, we will not worry so much about soil acidity.
Soil degradation affects around 180 million people in sub-Saharan Africa alone, costing them around $68 billion per year, according to a report by Agriculture for Impact. Climate change, desertification, the depletion of mineral nutrients and improper use of fertilizer are all compounding the problem. Although still a niche industry, producing organic food could prove to be a worthwhile market for small-scale farmers.
That was good. That was quite good.
Really?
Yes. Just need a few financing, but you'll be fine.
I should have gone through it.
Okay, so that is quite an interesting story. What are your thoughts on that?
I really love nature, and we should preserve it. And compost manure sounds more organic or natural to me more than the fertilizer. So we should really encourage our people. I think we confuse quantity with quality. So we really need to educate and love quality more, because we might get more on synthetic fertilizers and all that, but the best things are natural, let me say. So I really support that.
Do you think organic farming will be viable even for commercial farmers?
It might not be very good for commercial, because commercial you will go for quantity. But
we're also still trying to look at the quality side of it, because we don't want to eat something that is not healthy for us.
On large scale, it might be a bit difficult. It is doable, but it might be difficult. But on a small scale, that little shamba at home, we should really use organic fertilizers. Yes.
Do you think organic farming has potential in the Kenyan agricultural space?
Yes, very much, Esther. And I will ask you to watch this space, because I'm planning to do it, on small scale, and I'm sure most people are beginning to realize the good, the healthy part of organic farming. Yes.
Okay, we'll come and see
Yes,
your
you're
farm.
welcome. You will when I start, I will let you know.
Okay, cool. So let's move on to Makueni, where a war over taxation of Mira is looming between Mira farmers and the county government following tax suggestions over the commodity. The proposed tax recommendations seek to levy up to 60,000 Kenyan shillings per year, something that has angered traders and farmers in Makueni. The farmers have now threatened to move to court should the Finance Bill 2019 be passed by the County Assembly of Makueni. Our reporter, George Maringa, with more.
It is a slow-growing plant that can reach a height of up to 10 meters and whose products have been the latest bone of contention. This plant produces two products, which are Mira and Muguka. Muguka are the leaves, whereas Mira are the twigs. These two falling victim of the latest tax recommendations in the Makueni Finance Bill 2019. Should the bill sail through, Mira farmers will be required to pay 5,000 Kenya shillings per vehicle every day and 10,000 Kenya shillings per day if the commodity exceeds 2 tons. Wholesale Mira and Muguka traders will be required to pay Kenya shillings 60,000 per year, whereas Mira kiosks and those selling in open-air markets will be required to pay 20,000 Kenya shillings per year. Small-scale Muguka sellers in the market, on the other hand, will be expected to pay 2,000 Kenya shillings per bag per day. These latest suggestions have caught the attention of concerned farmers and traders.
We are really disappointed that the county government of Makueni is trying to do exactly what they're trying to do in 2018, actually in the month of October. For around that time, both Makueni, Kwale, and Madeira attempted to discriminate against a national crop. Why do I say this? In 2013-2014, Mira was anchored in law as a national crop. And consequently, no law in Kenya, according to this constitution, Article 191, 2B1, no law should be passed to discriminate or to cripple another county in a manner that the county government of Makueni is trying to do.
According to them, this move would be a violation of Article 191, Section 2 of the Constitution that states, national legislation prevails over county legislation if the national legislation applies uniformly throughout Kenya and any of the conditions specified in Clause 3 is satisfied, or the national legislation is aimed at preventing unreasonable action by a county that is prejudicial to the economic, health or security interests of Kenya or another county, or impedes on the implementation of national economic policy. It further states that the national legislation is necessary for the maintenance of national security, the maintenance of economic unity, the protection of the common market in respect of the mobility of goods, services, capital and labor, the promotion of economic activities across county boundaries, the promotion of equal opportunity or equal access to government services, or the protection of the environment. With this in mind, the farmers and traders say they will explore two options.
Our appeal is to our governor, Kiraitu Murugi, and that's where we are heading as a manufacturer and as Mera farmers, is to engage the existing structures within the county, the Council of Governors organization. He should raise these issues with his counterpart. He should try to point out to them that there can never be a county legislation contradicting a national one. And if that is to happen, then it's in violation of the Constitution. If that doesn't happen and this so-called bill goes into the county assembly and is passed, we will go to court, and I can assure you, we are going to give them the same treatment we gave them in 2018 when they tried to do it. You cannot pass any law that seeks to cripple any other county as they are trying to do in Makueni.
However, the bill, which is currently in the public participation stage, has received support from a section of Makueni residents who say that the bill would put the youth back in line, most of whom who have been known to disappear in Mira selling zones. The traders are reading from a different script.
Mira is not a drug. to the best of our understanding and to the understanding of the Kenyan government. Kenyan government would not have actually anchored Miraa in law if it was ever a drug. And whoever thinks that Miraa is a drug should actually address it to us or come to us and we'll explain to them. Some things are said out of ignorance. Failure to know what Miraa is what makes some people believe that their children are maybe zombies or they are what they are because of Miraa. Secondly, you don't solve the Miraa problem by trying to discriminate against the people of Meru and Embu and the Tharaka. What I'm saying is this: if Governor Kivuda feels that his youth and women of Makueni feel that their men are every morning waking up to chew Miraa, look for something to do. Here in Meru, what we do, we go to our farms, we do our business, then in the evening we chew Miraa.
How this debate shapes up is now a matter of wait and see.
This story has been the top of the headlines this week. Yes, what is your take on that?
I will definitely side with the farmers, considering the fact that I'm a farmer. So it's very unfortunate. I think we are squeezing the farmer, to the corner each and every day. It's very unfortunate. These taxes are very unfortunate. We really need to encourage these people. I mean, this is their livelihood. There's so many people that depend on Miraa farming. The people go to school because of this. So it's very unfortunate, and I really hope that these farmers will win on this case, because there's definitely a need to encourage these farmers. Yes.
You'll find that during a public participation at Key Ward, some of the residents came and actually supported this bill. And they say that this will actually help their youth to be more in line with more development and even empower themselves, because they say that most of the youths just run around doing Miraa, Mogoka, just around. There's nothing else they do.
So you see, numbers do not lie. I mean, like you said, some of the farmers, but you see now the bigger impact, or most people have the number of people affected are definitely, bigger than the ones that want it. So it means that it's affecting more people. And I think, like I said, numbers do not lie. This will definitely affect many farmers, and that is why they are fighting for it. So I will say that the government should just withdraw these taxes. I mean, just like I talked about it before, even the cost of importing these things, it's very expensive, and I think the government should the smallest, or rather the thing they could do will be to reduce on these taxes and reduce the cost, just to help these farmers.
But what about the youths?
I mean, the youth are part of the society. They are part of our children, our farmers' children. So they will definitely benefit from it. Yeah.
But how will they benefit from it, yet residents in Key Ward are saying something different?
I think there is a way. I mean, we can't. You see, Esther, we can't all benefit from one thing. We can't all be presenters. We can't all be farmers. I mean, there's so many areas. We need to encourage people in each and every other field, and this includes farming. So for me, I totally think that these taxes on Miraa should definitely be not allowed.
Okay, thank you for that. Now we'll move on to mushroom. Now, mushrooms are increasingly finding spaces on the farms and menus of Kenyans. The fungi, with a myriad of health benefits, has turned out to be the wonder crop that many farmers are embracing to earn more as the market expands, especially in top hotels and high-end suburbs. Our reporter, Margaret Wairimo, interacted with one young such entrepreneur who's reaping the benefits of growing mushroom and filed the following report.
Farming mushrooms in Kenya is still in its fancy stage, although it is picking up as consumption rises. Two types of mushrooms grown in the country are button and oyster mushroom. Button is the most popular because its flavor is mild when raw and more fragrant and meaty when cooked. Tyrus Mwangi owns a mushroom farm in Rai, where he grows hundreds of the plants and supplies to a four-star hotel in the city center and to his direct consumers.
Kanyumba ikiwa na ventilation za kutosha, Cha pili, mpaka ikue ni nyumba ambayo iko na baridi ya kutosha na hewa ambayo itakuwa inaingia si hewa ambayo ni joto, kwa sababu uyoga hauwezi ukasurvive katika eneo ama katika nyumba ambayo iko na joto. Huwa tunafanya hivyo kwa sababu kuna maeneo kama Mombasa ama maeneo zingine kama Ukambani, kuna pale utapata kuna jua kali sana. So huwa tunahakikisha kwamba nyumba unaweza ukajenga na matope ili kuwe baridi, ama bricks zile mnaita matofali. Cha pili, unapoona katika nyumba yetu pande ya ndani tuko na mabati, lakini juu yake tuko na papyrus reeds ambazo tumeweka kwa sababu ya cooling effect. Cha tatu, mpaka huku umeweka shelves ama vitanda ambazo huwa tunaekelea hizi mifuko za mushroom ikiwa kwa njia inayofaa. Na cha nne, mpaka barabara ama njia ya kupita katika hali ya kuweka maji, kuvuna na pia kufanya kazi zinginezo ambazo zinahitajika hapa ikiwe katika njia inayofaa.
Mwangi has made 3 rows of shelves on the 2 sides of the walls on which these plastic bags are filled with substrate in which he grows the button mushroom variety. The spawns sprout after a month and about a week later, and one starts harvesting, which continues for up to 3 months.
We pack the ready compost in our bags, as you can see. And after packing the compost in the bags, we allow them to go for a cooling for 24 hours. And then we go for the second process, that is the inoculation of the compost. Ambapo tunaweka begu katika mbolea ambayo tumetengenezea mushroom. Remember the mushroom, they are secondary decomposers. So when you are making the compost, you need to make sure that they have all the nutrients needed for them to survive and also to produce so mushroom, as you can see in our area. The highest production we have ever received from this house, it's 65 kg. Na katika hii nyumba tuko na mifuko 860 ambaye tuliweza kutoa katika bales za nyasi 199.
He harvests the produce from the 65 bags, packs it in pallets of 250 grams each, and delivers them to the hotel and his direct consumers, where he has a guaranteed market.
And 250 grams in our market, it's around 150 to 200, but it depends to the place you are taking them. There are those who will take with the 100, others will take with 200, sometimes they will take with 150. Yeah, that is button mushroom.
Kenya's hospitality sector has been on upward trajectory, supported by increase in international tourist arrivals and local meetings. For Agri News, I'm Margaret Muirore.
That is quite the inspirational story, given that we want to see a lot of young people get into farming. But before we even get into that, what is your take on that? How does this story sit for you?
First of all, mushroom farming. I think this is another opportunity that needs to be nurtured. So I really encourage it. It's the diversification that we were talking about. We need to diversify on the things that we do. So I really encourage these young people on this new venture, and they should be encouraged. They should be encouraged. Yes. You know, this is one thing that I really like about the Chinese people. I mean, they eat almost everything, and as you can see, they are healthy. So we need to encourage people to diversify even on food.
But why do you think then mushroom production is so low in Kenya? Because the last statistics released was around 500 tons are locally produced. We import 700 tons annually.
I think I will still go to the information. Most people haven't really understood, the impact and the market. But as soon as it finds market, people will put their efforts into it and grow the mushrooms. Yes.
Okay. So what do you think needs to be done so that we can get many more such encouraging, inspiring stories like this ones?
We should educate people, even young people, even on county levels. I mean, now we have county governments, and I think it will be easier to reach on these people. If we educate them and provide market for them, it will definitely.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, we've been getting quite a lot of feedback on our SMS line, as well as on social media, that is at Farm Kenya. And we're going to take some time and we'll go through them with our guest today. He'll even get a chance to answer one of you. And the first one is from Hussein, who says, any advice for someone who wants to start goat farming in Malindi? I'll let you answer him. Yes.
So our friend from Malindi, that's my field, and I would say it does really pay. Goat farming. Most people love mbuzi, and mbuzi meat they sell much better than any other meat. So I will encourage him to start. Maybe just get a number of ewes. We'll call them ewes, or rather nannies, and then serve them with a good buck, and you will definitely. It's easier to breed goats than probably any other animal.
Yes. Maybe you can even share your contacts with him so that he's able to get in touch with you, maybe if he requires any expert advice.
I will ask him probably find me on Facebook at Olenkatet Bidan, and on IG, Being Katet. Yes.
Okay. Hi. So Hussein, I hope you have received enough information. We also have Everton Luko Rito, who says, so informative and eye-opening. Keep it up. Thank you, Everton. We also have somebody else who says, agriculture and technology can boost our Kenyan economy. If we embrace this too, we can be the next Israel. That is from Michael Omwenga. Yes, thank you, Michael, for tuning into KTN Farmers TV and for sharing your feedback. Remember that we are sampling feedback here every single Friday on This Week in Agriculture. Make sure that when you're sending in your feedback, start with the word This Week in Agriculture. Tell us your name and which county you're coming from. And we'll sample that feedback every single Friday. And as we wrap up today, our quote for the day is, it's not how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That is from Rocky Balbao. And thank you so much for coming to This Week in Agriculture and sharing your valuable insights. I'm sure everyone at home learned a lot when it comes to all the stories that we have tackled, and we'll definitely have you back again.
Thank you very much, Esther. It's been a pleasure.
Same here. Now that's all that we had for you today on This Week in Agriculture. I'm Esther Kishuki, and until next time, goodbye.